So, hi everyone, my name is Jorge Aranguren, and this is my informative speech. I am going to explain why violent entertainment affects children's behavior. History has taught us that people have enjoyed a fascination about violence for thousands of years. As an example, we have the ancient Roman Empire, in which slaves used to go for fighting until death in the gladiatorial arenas. As we can see, violence as an entertainment is not something new. As the world began its technological revolution, from the radio and television invention until the internet development, in fact, many benefits such as communicational and educational comes to us. I'm talking about the cell phones, the computers, even digital libraries. But the fact is that people have a natural desire and the internal necessity of leisure and entertainment. All the humans beings need to get some pleasure, so they need to get some special entertainment. If we take a look at different human beings, we will notice that people have varied interests. For example, some of them will prefer to watch movies, others will prefer to attend music concerts, there are others that prefer sports, and finally are those who enjoy violence. But let's be clear, what is violence? Well, according to Stephen Dillard, violence is the act in which someone, something, or some force applies a shocking amount of effort into hurting other thing or people, or even destroy them. Violence takes many forms, such as family violence, peer group violence, sexual violence, abuse of power, crimes, and finally, media violence, which is shown on television, in film, and in video games. According to History Channel, over the past century, fictionalized violence in films and television has become increasingly popular as well. Video games have also become a popular platform for violent entertainment. Even as a sport, for example, we have boxing, some programs as SmackDown, WrestleMania, and also the current famous UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships. We began as a non-holds-barred sport with few rules and regulations in which athletes come from different combat disciplines will compete to see which martial art is superior. Well, it is true that almost every kind of violent entertainment are restricted for a specific age because of its content, but according to many studies of the PMC, the Public Medicine Center, a growing body of scientific literature documents the negative effect of exposure to violent media on children, adolescents, and adults. As a result, they come to the conclusion that young US adolescents are frequently exposed to movies with extreme graphic violence from movies rated restricted for violence. This widespread exposure raise important questions about the effectiveness of the current movie rating system. In addition, it suggests that pediatricians ought to play a bigger role in motivating and teaching parents to impose restriction on their use to reduce exposure, because many parents may not be aware of the violent level of content of these movies and the high level of exposure. Although all mechanisms of the connection between exposure and behavior are not yet understood, many research of the Academy of Pediatrics says that more than 1,000 scientific studies and reviews conclude that significant exposure to media violence increase the risk of aggressive behavior in certain children, desensitize them to violence, and makes them believe that the world is a meaner and scarier place than it is. Also, another view from researchers suggests that performing violent acts in video games may be more contributing to children's aggression than passively watching violent acts on television. Well, according to this view, we came to the conclusion that the more children practice violent acts in video games, the more likely they are to perform violent acts in real life. We must realize that the exposure of our kids to violent entertainment affects directly their behavior, turning them more aggressive, and it will lead them to perform violent acts. Finally, it will bring negative consequences to their life. The fact is that we as parents must control the kind of entertainment that our kids are being exposed to. If we don't want our kids for being immersed in violent acts, in aggressive behaviors and in vandalism, we must control and restrict their exposure to this kind of entertainment, realizing on the negative and devastator consequence that violent entertainment causes in our children's behavior. Thanks.